Uh, sorry. Hi. I don't really know what exactly I'm doing, but I'm posting this for this boy that I met. It's a long story, so you definitely don't have to listen to it if you don't want to. Um, on September 4th, 2015, I met this boy. We haven't been talking for too long, but we met and I liked him. It seemed like he liked me too. So, we were having fun. I was at his house and we were hanging out, just having fun. Um, that night, I didn't want to go home because I had a curfew and I was out way past that curfew and I was scared of what my mom would say. So I didn't go home and he didn't go home because he wouldn't let me go by myself. So we didn't go home that night. I kept telling him to go home. I didn't want him to get in trouble because it wasn't my first time doing this, but I'm pretty sure it was his. So I didn't want to get him in trouble, but he stayed with me and we talked and I cried. That was the first time he seen me cry. And that's when I knew there was something special about him. Um, so next day after we went home, pretty sure we both got in trouble. We started dating after that. We had so much fun. I love his dog, his family, they're awesome. He's amazing. He made me laugh all the time. But I wasn't always faithful. No. I messed up a few times and I hurt him. I didn't do it on purpose, but I did. So when that happened, I was I was hurting because I I really liked him. Like, why would I hurt somebody that I care for like that? So I stopped doing that. I stopped cheating. I was so loyal and so faithful to him. We dated for 4 months. We went out, we did whatever. We had so much fun. And then it was a Friday. On a Friday, um, I was at his house. We were hanging out, and that is when I found out that he had a girlfriend. The whole time through our relationship, he had a girlfriend in Arizona. I thought there was something strange going on between him and her because she would always message me saying that that was her boyfriend and I was a lot of stuff that I cannot say on here. So, and I would ask him and he said that she's crazy, just ignore her. And that's what I did because I believed him. Um, but when I found out that he was actually talking to her, I seen it in his phone, he was messaging her. I was hurt so bad. Um, So we had a long talk that day. Like, we talked until like 8, 9 o'clock at night. Um, I told him that, you know, I care about him and I don't want him like doing that stuff. I don't want to leave him, but that hurt me. Like, I don't know. So we made a promise to each other to be loyal and stay loyal. So we both went home. The next day we decided to go to the movies the next day. But the night before he told me that he couldn't go because one of his guy friends wanted him to go to San Francisco with him. So I said, okay, sure, I trust you. And so he went. We would talk like every day until he got there. And then he stopped talking to me. He stopped messaging me. And I would just keep messaging him. And then the next day he messaged me. He told me what supposedly happened. And I believed him. And then he stopped messaging me again. So I would message him. And then he would message me back, who I thought was him. So I called him. And a girl picked up the phone. And she was yelling at me, saying that that was her boyfriend and a lot of stuff that I can't say. So I called his mom. His mom told me that, I guess he told her that he was in Arizona with his girlfriend. And he was never coming back. When she told me that, I was so heartbroken and just devastated. I was far from sad. Like, words can't even explain how I was feeling at the moment. But I was not okay. So a few days later, after a whole bunch of crying, I decided that I was going to find someone to take me to Arizona because I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to know why he did what he did, why he chose her over me. What was she giving him that I couldn't? So I thought I found someone to take me to Arizona, but whole bunch of stuff happened, and I ended up in Jersey, being stuck in Jersey with this guy, and not the guy I was supposed to meet, another guy, and you can imagine what was going on. So a month later, the boy contacted me and to find out he was home now, and he wanted to talk to me. So I walked back to South Philly from Jersey, and I went to go see him, and we talked all night. And he made me believe that there was a chance for us, like we could get back together, like we were gonna work on it. So I'm like, okay, but that night I stayed with him that night, but that morning I didn't go back home. I went back to Jersey because I wasn't ready to go home. I was embarrassed and ashamed, and I wasn't ready for all the questions and all the lectures. So I spent the night with him and we did whatever, and then I went back to Jersey. And I did this, and there was one day I finally decided that I was gonna go home. There was so many nights that I was in Jersey in the cold all night because the guy that I was staying with wasn't home and his family didn't want me there. So I would be outside. I told the boy, of course, because it could be his, it could be other people in Jersey that I was messing with. But yeah, so after I told him, he was okay with it. Like, he was fine. He was happy for me. So I would go over the place where he was staying, and I would hang out with him. Like, I thought we were getting back together, so I was there like every day. And then I found out that he was still talking to the girl, but I ignored it. But then his mom told me that she was his girlfriend, and that she didn't want me at the house anymore because it was wrong for him to be doing what he was doing. So I left. I would still come over because his mom didn't live there, so I would still be over there. Yeah, so we would do whatever, and I don't know why I love him. Like, there's no other explanation for it. Even though I knew what he was doing, I knew he had a girlfriend, I still wanted to be with him. So I was over there every day. Then there was one day I was in school and he emailed me and told me that I couldn't come over anymore, and that I guess he chose her over me, and he couldn't talk to me anymore. But I wasn't listening to any of that. I kept emailing him, and sometimes he would email me and tell me to stop emailing him, and most times he didn't. Anyway, skip a whole bunch of stuff. Today is his birthday, so I went over there to apologize to him about some stuff that I did that I didn't tell you guys about, but I went over there to apologize, and it was his birthday, so happy birthday. We were talking, and he told me that he was either leaving for Arizona tomorrow or Saturday. And right then and there, I just wanted to break down and start crying. But instead, I would just laugh and just stare at him and laugh. Not even laughing, I would just smile, chuckle, maybe. And so I wasn't supposed to be there, so we were saying our goodbyes, and I just broke down crying, and we hugged for the longest, and we did some other stuff, but and it was just really hard. Right now I don't know what to do. I'm scared. Like, I'm losing this person that I am madly in love with, but I can't do anything about it. I don't really tell him how I feel about him because what's the point? But maybe I should've. Hopefully he'll see this video and maybe he might understand a little more. I don't know. But I love him no matter what he does. Yeah, so a 10, you're a 10. You always were, always will be. 10, it's a 10. I love you. I'm gonna miss you a lot. Yeah, so that's my story. Yeah, okay. So maybe he'll hear it. Maybe he'll see this. You know, maybe. I don't know. Somebody will. I don't want to put his name out there, but no, I won't do that to him. But I love you no matter what. Alright.